The Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our free bracket challenge, $2,000 winner take all. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Compete against SGPN this March in our $75K winner take all college basketball survivor contest. March has never been this exciting. Enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN.
Are you ready?
Happy Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate. We're 49 subscribers away from 2K, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Today, we're going to be joined by the Sean Green to talk some free agency, futures, and all things March Madness. And then the Laddie Daddy, CJ Sullivan, will jump on to look at some NBA for tonight and early looks on the Valspar. Now joining me is Sean Green, the Sean Green of the Sports Gambling Podcast. How's it going, Sean?
It's going great. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Love the Saquon jersey in the back. And yeah, off to a great start.
Yeah. I mean, we could just get it. We could just rip the Band-Aid off now. Aziz, huh? Howie just doesn't stop. It's so personal at this point. Like it's personal.
It does feel like, well, he's a Georgia Bulldog, and we got to get our pack of Bulldogs. It's funny because Howie Roseman, the big critique of Howie Roseman was back in the day was he wouldn't draft any Alabama or Georgia players. He would only draft bum-ass Riley Cooper from Florida, who was actually a little underrated, but he would always get these Florida Gator guys who ended up sucking. And every caller on WIP, the call-in radio station, would be like, Howie's an idiot. He needs to just draft Alabama and Georgia players. And he's done that. And basically our Super Bowl roster is all guys from Alabama or Georgia. So he's going to keep that streak alive. Kramer in the back office is already trying to say, well, good luck if he stays healthy, blah, blah, blah. It's Howie. I always trust in Howie.
It's annoying because at this point, it's just we know how it goes. Like if a giant goes to the Eagles, they're just going to have the best season of their entire career. That's just how it's going to go. I mean, like he definitely couldn't stay healthy, but when he was healthy, the flashes were there. 1 year, $4 million, 6 sacks last year. Like again, how he did it again.
Yeah, I'm rolling the dice. We lost Milton Williams, a bunch of other guys, Josh Sweat. So we need some cheaper guys to fill in. I'm optimistic about, Jalix Hunt and some of the younger guys on the D-line. Exciting news for you guys. Jameis Winston is coming to visit. Where are you? Give me your official take right now on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Are you like Kramer? Are you all in that you want Cam Ward and that's the best solution, or what are you doing?
I think having a quarterback is a good start. Like that's a good place to start for the Giants since we don't have one. And I think that the
quarterback, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think like finding one that's not barely an XFL player in Tommy DeVito, like him being at this point the only guy under contract is crazy to me. It feels negligent and it feels like you want to think that there's a bigger plan. I don't think so. I think their plan is they have no plan. And I think that's the big problem here because I don't believe they're actually waiting for Aaron Rodgers. So if you're not waiting for Aaron Rodgers, you don't want Russ, or do you want Russ? Why is no one signed? Or like you can't even bring in, we don't even really have a backup here. Is your plan DeVito as a backup? I don't know. I think I'm all in on having fun next season. Like, can I watch Malik go off? And I'm here for a good time because the schedule sucks. I'm not super optimistic. I was looking before on DraftKings, -600 to draft a quarterback. I was a little bit surprised that the odds were sitting like that.
Well, it's interesting too, because as you mentioned, let's say the Titans, now they may want Cam Ward, right? So if the Titans want Cam Ward at number 1, now there's a chance the Browns would take Shador. Especially now that they're, just backed into a corner money-wise with the Deshaun Watson thing. And maybe the Giants don't like the Shador, so then they might not draft minus 600 to draft a quarterback, I don't think is good value. Like if they trade up, obviously they're trading up to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, Travis Hunter, I don't know what they have him as a receiver or cornerback on the betting price, but there's a decent chance that the quarterbacks are gone, or at least they want Cam Ward or nothing, and that they draft someone besides him.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, because then like you go and look at Travis Hunter's odds, and like the Giants are sitting at plus 380, but they're behind the Patriots and the Browns. So I don't know if Vegas is under the impression that Cleveland will not draft a quarterback, or is it that the Titans won't draft a quarterback? Like what? I don't know what the plan is. I also would really love for Aaron Rodgers to stop being the most dramatic man alive. Like, can we just make
oh my God.
It's so dramatic. And you want to know why he's doing it is because he wants it to be a week where there's not a lot of news.
Yeah.
So it can be all about him. So right now there's still news.
Yeah. He's going to wait till these first March Madness games are over. Then he's going to have an Aaron day and everyone's going to react. Even the photo of him walking along the beach with his blanket.
Oh my God.
I was dying. Jake did a great Photoshop of putting Kramer's head on it.
That was hilarious. It's very funny. But I don't know, like also, I think everyone that's kind of like twerking for 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers at this point, like whether it's like the Steelers fans, Giants fans, like whomever it is, like at this point, why are you even waiting for? Like, I don't think it's worth this, like the drama of waiting for him to make up his cute mind.
No, and he would probably appreciate you calling him a cute mind, a little cute mind. But right, this is why people kind of find him annoying. He's a pain in the ass. The deals aren't changing, the teams aren't changing. Sign with whoever you're going to sign and move on. Now it sounds like he's playing hard to get for the Vikings, but the Vikings don't want him. But maybe they do. It really, I don't remember. This feels like much more like an NBA story than NFL, because normally something like this, they go and they figure it out. I don't know what it's taking so long for someone to sign Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers, yeah, I guess if you're a Steelers fan, you're talking yourself into, could he be better than Russell Wilson was last year? Maybe. Probably feels like kind of a lateral move. He's getting up there in age. But also the Steelers have a good team. So at least you could talk yourself into the idea of maybe he has one good year left. Honestly, I mean, I want the Giants to sign him for comedy's sake. But if you're the Giants, why would you sign Aaron Rodgers? Like, what is it? He's not a great mentor, right? Like, as
the worst possible guy to have in your locker room if you're like bringing on a rookie.
Yeah, no, he's the exact opposite. Like, he hated Jordan Love. He didn't want to talk to him. And then, are you guys going to win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? Are you Aaron Rodgers away from being an awesome team? Not even being a hater, I don't think that's the case. So why bring him in? Just try trading for a rookie. Like if I was a Giants fan, I would rather see Joe Milton taking snaps this year than Aaron Rodgers. Like, just find some young quarterback that has a chance to maybe be something. Aaron Rodgers, we know, we've already seen it. It where's it going?
And I'm not even convinced either. Like, how sure are we that Aaron Rodgers is going to get the Steelers over this first round exit in the playoff hump? Like, are you guys, what did they maybe finally win in the first, like, and then they're out again? Like, how far can he really take them?
Yeah, him making a run with the Steelers in the AFC, even as a guy who always takes the Steelers overs, always loves the Steelers bets, even that to me is like a stretch. I would have, if I was the Steelers, I probably would have kept Russ or something like that. I don't know what they're gonna do now. They're like the Giants. Like, they don't have a quarterback. It's crazy.
And like, they obviously hate Russ. Like, I mean, like, obviously
he must also just be a huge pain in the ass.
He's also annoying as hell. Like, I mean, it couldn't be. He is like so corny, but I would almost rather him like not being annoying in the media the way that Aaron Rodgers is just gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, they're two ends to the same nightmare, right? Like, one is like the super religious, praise be, like very annoying, and then the other one's like the conspiracy theory guy who also does McAfee's podcast and takes shots at people. It's great.
It's okay. So staying in the Division II, so the Bengals just spent all this money.
Yeah,
their defense has been ass. They don't know if they're paying Hendrickson. Like, we don't know what the deal is there. Thoughts on those contracts?
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals are just fucking stupid. I think it's fine now because you have to save that core, right? You need Higgins and Chase and Burrow because they've kind of agreed, like, hey, this is what the team's going to be, and you got to try and pursue whatever window you have here for Joe Burrow. But like, you should have done these deals like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, because you're end up paying more. It's funny, like them and the Cowboys completely fumble the bag with this stuff where the Cowboys are the same way. It's hilarious. The Cowboys are really good at drafting, but then they're really horrible at re-signing their guys and figuring that out. And they end up kind of being a disaster. So now you have a new defensive coordinator, and you still are missing – you're still missing a bunch of talent on the defensive side. So, yeah, it's good you didn't lose T. Higgins, but you also had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Burrow here for a couple year window and haven't gotten over the hump. So, I don't know. They're spending a lot to just maintain where they are. It's tough, but they're just being cheap and didn't want to give up the guaranteed money earlier on, and it's biting them in the ass.
And you kind of suck at drafting. So it's like, I don't know what is the big, like, oh, cool. Like you paid your stars definitely later than you should have. You probably could have saved a shitload of money. And now you're going into the draft. You're not very good at drafting. So I don't know what's the hot plan here. Like, I don't know that it's like as enticing as it sounds. Like, oh, cool. You have two of the best wide receivers. Okay.
That being said, Joe Burrow, if you get him into the playoffs, maybe they get hot.
Yeah.
Certainly the AFC North, I'm always skeptical of the Ravens, especially in the playoffs. I know they get it done in the regular season. So, yeah, will they be in the mix-ish for the AFC North? Sure, but I don't know if they've made their path any easier.
Have you placed any NFL futures? Do you wait to do those, like even draft bets? Like, when do you start looking into that type of stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to be firing on some draft stuff. I was kicking around like when the markets that are up, and I'll probably do some over the next couple of weeks. Like after this week, I'll probably lock in more for the draft stuff. But the position stuff that we were just talking about for the Giants, that to me is the fun market where you can hit some long shot stuff. Last year, I put a bunch of random ass draft bets, but then hit on the Raiders to draft a tight end at like 50-1. And the idea is, so two things. One, the crazier the teams are, the more variance there is with the picks. Right. And also two, the farther you go down from the first pick, the more things are going to change, right? And it's not always necessarily like priced in. So find the crazy teams, the crazy organizations that don't have like a definite obvious thing they're going to do and kind of lean into that. That to me is always the fun stuff. So I think, I don't know, the top is going to be interesting. The more we talk this out, the more I do think Shedeur going to the Browns kind of makes sense. Kramer and I were having that conversation. Yeah. Myles Garrett, all of a sudden he got excited. What is he getting excited about?
Yeah.
Is it because Aaron Rodgers is coming? That doesn't make sense. Maybe he likes Shedeur. And I do think, there have been people who say, oh, Shedeur is going to fall out of the first round. He's not a good talent. I'll say this. The NFL kind of takes care of its own. So I think Shedeur is going to go in the first round simply because Dion has a shit ton of sway in the league. I'm sure the agency they're using also has a ton of sway. And then someone's going to kind of get talked into it. Obviously it's not to the Bronny situation. Shedeur is actually very talented, especially compared to Bronny. Not that I need to shit up Bronny here. I'll leave that for Stephen A. I don't want, although that would be great if LeBron showed up at the Stadium Swim event, was like, I heard you talking shit up Bronny. I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? All that being said, yeah, Shedeur going quarterback. The Raiders also are another, even though they got a quarterback now, they're super wild card as far as like when they like diving in on what position they'll draft. They're totally open to doing anything. So
yeah, and I feel like the Jets, like Seattle, like there's still like other teams where it's like if they were to take a dart throw on a quarterback, I don't think it's gonna be the most shocking thing. I don't know if that's gonna be in the first round, but and then we saw last year too, the league, you need a quarterback. So even if that's like 100-year-old Michael Penix or Bo Nix, like they're going in the first round. So Like Dart is probably going in the first round, whether that's someone coming back into the first. Like I think we see 3 quarterbacks end up going in the first, the way that he's starting to climb up boards too.
I could definitely see someone talking themselves into him there late. And to your point, like maybe if someone trades up, if the Giants trade up to Tennessee and get Cam Ward, which I'm sure is which could be good, we'll see. But then Tennessee, they trade up from, like, let's say they get the Giants second round pick, them trading up into the back of the first round. I could definitely see them getting to 3 quarterbacks drafted. That year, like Kenny Pickett was the only first round pick that got drafted, or only first round quarterback.
Yeah.
That felt like a pretty outlier year. And even coming into it, people were like, yeah, this quarterback class really sucks. So I think, to your point, I would say there's going to be, I would take the over 2.5 quarterbacks draft.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. So one feature I looked at, and then we'll switch over to some March Madness, is the 49ers are the favorite to win that division at plus 130.
Insane.
Like, what do you mean? I guess I'm like confused by that. That's a head scratcher. The Rams are plus 170. Is like the value is on the Rams there, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think it opened at like 2-1. I'm pissed I didn't bet get down on it. I was just kind of asleep at the wheel. But yeah, look at this 49ers team. They are just completely blowing it up, completely switching things around. They're going to be changing the type of style of offense they run. They got, with like Juszczyk, they did end up bringing him back, but it'll be interesting to see what they do. And even some of their guys coming off rough years. I think, I would definitely take it. At the very least, they should be priced the same.
I agree.
As the Rams, right? Because the Rams had a ton of momentum. Jared Verse, like that young D line, they gave the Eagles all they could handle in Philly. And that's why I was surprised when everyone was talking about Stafford once out. It's like, it didn't make sense. It's like, where's he going to go? That's a better situation.
It makes no sense.
No.
Makes absolutely no sense, especially as age. And like, I think even more the reason too, like he's probably on his way out in like the relative like next couple of years. So like for them to just win the division is just not outlandish with how much San Fran is just like trimming off. I don't even know if you can call all of it waste either. Some of the moves like don't fully make sense.
No, and I think the Broncos, they took Yafunga and Greenlaw, who weren't great last year, but that like 2 years ago when they were fully healthy, then they get injured. Last year was like the year after the injury. Now it's the year after the injury. I think those are 2 like buy low defensive players that the Broncos added to an already good defense. And I'm always getting excited about the Broncos. If Bo Nix makes Bo Nix, the problem is the market's kind of caught up to it. Like last year was so fun because everyone's like, Bo Nix sucks. I'm like, and my take was like, no, he doesn't suck. And them getting to the playoffs was a huge surprise for everyone. But I was on that Bo Nix early and often.
You most definitely were. All right, let's talk about some college basketball. When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early. It's all gonna happen. Bet the unexpected, every upset, every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. With live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays, DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. For problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by a jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issued. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a First Four watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome, my favorite place in the entire world, Stadium Swim at Circle Las Vegas. You can hang out with Sean, hang out with Kramer, hang out with all the guys over there, and it gets better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still win with the future bet. Rhythm's March Madness stats and success from 2024 with UConn winning, our percentage of winners was 39% higher than in ESPN brackets as a whole. A free party plus a chance at $250 future bet when you sign up with Rhythm. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. Now we're on to the basketball of it.
First off, Steph, great job on the disclaimer. I know it's a mouthful.
That was my first time doing that one too. I did not look over the ad reads before, so that was tough there. Yeah.
Well, we've gotten a bunch of feedback over the years of people mispronouncing things, people not saying the one time they got really mad because I said like 7 3 times instead of 2, and it's a lot to get right, and you nailed it. So great work there, Steph.
Yes, it's kind of like a throwback to high school when you'd like have to read a section out of the book in front of the class.
Yeah.
And, like,
a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Okay,
Selection Sunday. Okay, explain to me as if I'm like a 5-year-old, like in like kindergarten, UNC getting in, being like horseshit. Like, explain that to me in like the simplest terms.
Sure. So they have a bunch of advanced stuff and blah blah blah. The easiest stat to wrap your head around is quad 1 wins, right? So quad 1 is, they break it up into 4 quads. Quad 1 is like the top 25% of the teams. They were 1-11 or 1-12 against those teams, whereas a team like Virginia had 5 quad 1 wins of beating teams in the top 25. So people were upset, one, that UNC got in, and then 2, that a team like Virginia got left out, and then the corruption of it. So basically, it is. Obviously, a bunch of teams get in automatically if you win your conference, but then there's the at-larges. One of the guys making the decisions, the head guy, is the athletic director for North Carolina, which is fucking insane.
That's fucking crazy.
How is that not a conflict of interest? And they always say, like, well, when they talk about UNC, I excuse myself. But come on, that if you're the boss and this guy gets paid $100,000 extra as a bonus if UNC makes the tournament, how would it? Okay, everyone else making the decision. If we pick this team, this guy gets $100,000. How would that not? Even if it's not explicitly said, isn't it implied? Like, oh, we're gonna let UNC in. Insane.
Yeah, of course. And then also on top of it, like, they got a solid draw, did they not? Like,
they have to play in the first 4. Yeah. But I mean, let's just put it this way: they're a 4-point favorite against New Mexico. So San Diego State. They're a 4-point favorite in their first game. And what happens a lot of times, and we'll see if it happens this year, but usually the team that everyone's like, oh, they have no business being in, ends up going on a little bit of a run. Now, last year, though, Virginia was that team, and then they just got destroyed by Colorado State. So I'm betting UNC, but it will be fun if they get their ass kicked at some point. But I could see them going on a run because they were playing better basketball in the second half of the season, but they didn't deserve to get in.
And then, okay, so did you see too this like hot trend? And it's like kind of, I don't know if it's just like a TikTok thing, if it's like all the touts on Twitter, but to bet every underdog in the first round, because I saw like probably 20 tweets about this. And it's like, it's not original to like be doing this and documenting it. It seems like everyone is doing it. Is that like a good strategy or a bad strategy?
It's
debatable the people that are doing it.
Yeah, I was, let's see. So taking every, you'd probably end up, all you need is really like one 15 seed probably to win.
just to
of those dogs to make it profitable. I was trying to identify, honestly, this year, like the 13 seeds are looking 13 and 14 seeds are looking pretty good. I might take those 12 teams and bet them on the money line. But if you bet every dog on the money line, I see the approach. I appreciate the degen nature of it, but you're not inventing something new here.
I feel like you don't need to bet all of them. Like, I feel like the same strategy would work just fine if you do like half of them. Like, I don't know that you have to bet all of them.
Yeah, right. I guess it's like, okay, what if you could always take the 16 seeds out? Because I know it happened once, but it's probably not going to happen. So 15 seeds, even the 15 seeds this year, I think that the fun seeds, if you're going to do all and Trevor's saying round robin, that's always a fun way to approach it. But the 14 and 13 seeds, I think, are pretty good this year. And everyone always loves the 12 seeds as well. But yeah, I would look to those seeds as the money line dogs and not necessarily every single dog.
Right. Yeah. Seems aggressive. It's cute. Yeah. I think you're getting it's a little cute. It's like a cute degen strategy for maybe a little bit more clicks.
Yeah. I mean, there are, because there's a couple of favorites I like laying the points. So why would I, then I got to then I have like a money line bet against my own thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm not doing it, but the 12, 13, 14 seeds, there's some intriguing dogs there.
Yeah. Looking at first four best bets, what are you eyeing?
Love Xavier. Very good spot for them. And then also one of our we do the podcast where we talk March Madness betting commandments. One of the commandments we love is taking teams that are hit their free throws over 77%. Is a very strong angle, especially now Xavier hits like 79%. So taking them, and especially if the spread is shorter. So like if the spread's huge, like in the Wisconsin Montana game where it's like 14 and a half, 15 points, it's not as valuable. But if the spread is 6 and below or 4 and below, it's really valuable because, it makes sense. Hey, every point counts. If you're 5 percentage points better than the opponent at the free throw line, and free throws are something that's, there's no one's defending you. It's something that like is fairly consistent. So teams that are above 77% and the spread's 4 or less, love taking them. So I like Xavier a lot here against Texas.
You also love to bet the first half unders.
Yes.
Tell the people about the first half unders.
Well, I got to get my old rocking chair out here for some story time, Steph. Now, so I don't know. Kramer will say he'll probably have the official date, but we started the podcast all the way back in 2011, and we've been doing it since 2011. Now, from what I recall, and I think Kramer was on it as well, we were out there hanging out with our buddy in line and pretty drunk, and was just talking to this dude next to us, and he's like, you know what I'm doing? I'm betting every first half under. We're like, wait, why? And then he walks through it, and it kind of makes sense where, hey, they're playing against a team they've never played before. You're oftentimes playing a conference you never played before. You're oftentimes playing weird time, right? Like they're not used to playing these games this early or this late. Weird sight lines. You've never played in this gym. All that stuff adds up to a couple points here or there towards the under. You play them all. You hope to go like 55, 60%, and it's a fun sweat. So first half unders, it's a little bit of science. It's a little bit of degen. Now, last year was one of the worst years since we've been tracking it. So we're expecting a bounce back. And I think it was publicized that it didn't do well. So people are like, oh, I'm doing first half overs.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a good time to hop on.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be doing that. I see Trevor in the chat saying I was in diapers in 2011. I was not. I was at the University of Arizona. The University of Arizona. The thing I know about this team is you don't know what version you're getting, and I can promise you that they are not going very far. Where are you at with Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona. This is a tough one. They're a massive favorite against Akron. I think they're like laying 13.5 points. I don't think now Kramer loves Akron for whatever reason, loves the MAC. I don't think they're going to lose outright to Akron, but to your point, I don't know how far they'll end up going. You mentioned the inconsistencies. They've had some moments here, but I'll be in their bracket. Obviously, Duke's the big favorite there. I like Oregon, so if they do win, they're going to be facing Oregon. I'm going to be on Oregon in that game. So yeah, I'm with you. I think they get it done against Akron, and then I think it's going to be tough. Now, the positive case is you have a guy like Love, who certainly is, one of the best players in college basketball. So they have the potential. They have a ceiling, Steph. If you're talking yourself into it of like, hey, they at least have the talent, just haven't had the consistency. So that would be the big concern.
Yeah. Their defense can get very, very sloppy, and it's not very fun to watch. Cinderella is a word that everyone's going to hear 1,000 trillion million times. Is there a Cinderella that you like?
Let's see. Cinderella's. Well, yeah. Cinderella, I would say this. Take the Cinderella not to win it all. That's where it gets crazy, because so many times these teams will go on a run and they can get to the Final Four, but if you're like a small school or a big underdog and you get to the Final Four, those like the week in between, you just lose it. That magic you have, it's gone. They never actually end up, and even if they get to the championship, they don't win it. Like, look at San Diego State. They got there to the Final Four. They even won the semifinal game and then lost the championship.
Yeah.
So I think if you're taking long shots on Cinderellas, I would just do it to make the Final Four. Because then those actually happen, and I think you have a little bit better shot there. I mentioned Oregon. I think they're a fun long shot. Now, they're in Duke's bracket, so that's certainly going to be a little tough for them. But them at like 22-1 is fun. I would say also a Cinderella because of their head coach, John Calipari. Arkansas, they're 50-1. To win their region. Certainly has some tough stuff up top there in the West. But again, it's 50-1. Long shot. And I would say in the Midwest, you got Houston and Tennessee, who I'm very skeptical of. I don't even know if you call them quite a Cinderella, but UCLA, I think, has a shot to win that region. So those would be some of the longer shot ones that I think have a chance to win. Don't take them to win it all, because they're not going to win it all. They never do.
Right. Just be serious about it.
Yeah,
like you don't have to be too ridiculous here.
Yeah, you're not winning a 4,000-1 or whatever some of these are. Just to get to the Final Four, and that'll be a sweet cash, and then you can tap out there.
I love betting against like trends. That's kind of my thing. UConn has won and covered like 12 straight March Madness games.
Yeah,
so they covered the -4.5 against. I think was it Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I'm going against them. I'm with you. I mean, this is a very different UConn team than we've seen.
Their defense is not great.
Yeah, and they've kind of just like Hurley was ready to. I mean, you saw that that game against Creighton. I don't know if you saw the ending, but Creighton kind of ran it up on them a little bit, did a dunk, and then Creighton's head coach, who's like 6'8", is ready to beat up Bill Murray's son, who's one of the UConn assistant coaches. I just think UConn's a bit of a head case. I think there's a chance they win the game, but Oklahoma, you want to go back to the now both teams are very good from the free throw, but I think Oklahoma keeps this a game at the very least. So if you're getting 4.5, I think Oklahoma is the play there for sure.
Any last bets before I let you get out of here that you're a big fan of for this tourney coming up?
Yes. Let's see. Last bets. There was hold on. I got one for you. Montana. Okay. I will give out. I'll say this: Lipscomb on the money line against Iowa State, 14 seed.
I like it.
I think. Oh, you know what? Actually, sorry. I like that one, but the my big one is High Point against Purdue. Love fading Purdue. Purdue, the worst team in the tournament, actually in college basketball, or something close at defending the 2-point shot. That is High Point strength. High Point's won like 16 games in a row. And we've seen Purdue fall apart in round 1 of the conference. Like Matt Painter is not afraid to choke. So High Point winning outright against Purdue. That's going to be my fun dog for March Madness for these first couple of games.
I love it. Tell everyone what's coming up on the Sports Gambling Podcast, what you guys are doing. It's like you're pushing episodes all the time. So let the people know where they can find you, what's coming up, and I'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, appreciate it. So Sports Gambling Podcast, we're going to pick every game against the spread for Thursday, Friday. We got that rhythm party Wednesday night at Stadium Swim. Come say hi there. And just college basketball, any sort of game. We're betting on it. And Sports Gambling Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for having me on, Stephie.
You're the best, Sean. I will talk to you soon. Let's make some money as this tournament.
Yeah, let's go.
And before I bring on CJ, we are going to talk about Underdog. Sign up with SMALLS. That is Smalls. Deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied. That would be horrible. At the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you earn up to $750 per month in cash back rewards. What DJ doesn't want that for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe, which we love, as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and completely free. Sign up for Edge Boost and enter our free $2,000 bracket contest at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. And now, time for the laddie daddy. We're not doing probably any ladders today, but my good friend CJ Sullivan, host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. How's it going, CJ?
What's up, Smalls? How we doing? I just transitioned here. Just tagged out Sean, and he would not let me sit on Kramer's seat, which has the Giants background for you, because he said you deserve this. I was about to give you Giants stuff, but he wanted to double down with the green. Although I saw you
in your Eagles green.
Oh, it is St. Patrick's Day, Smallsy. As you know, I saw you rocking the green the other day there.
I did my best. I'm not really a green girl. Like I don't know.
No, to be honest with you, I didn't like it. It just didn't fit right.
It feels a little icky. I don't know. I feel like Kelly Green's always just not been my thing. It's kind of it feels a little cheap. I'm going to be honest.
There was a time, you're too young for this, but Lawrence Taylor was a free agent for like a week or whatever, and he was threatening to go to the Eagles, and he didn't, obviously, and that's what he said.
It's amazing because now they do it, and they actually go to the Eagles.
I know, now they go, but he was like,
right? It's like, Aziz, Saquon, Bradbury. Yeah, it's like now they end up actually doing that. Before we talk about a couple of basketball things, maybe some golf, I was told to ask you about your Kay Adams impression.
Oh boy. Well, listen, this is, I'm a big Kay. Everyone loves Kay. This is all in love, of course.
Yeah, they love Kay.
Right. I wanted you to do Kay because but I know it's because you obviously resemble Kay more than I do. More than I do. I'm not saying you're not a Walmart Kay. You're absolutely not. You're but my point is you're more similar to Kay than I am physically. If we put it side by side, if McKee could put a McKay in the middle, I would think people would lean more towards your end.
You never know.
But McKay, she's like McKay.
Yeah,
Sean McKay. Kay Adams, she likes to cozy up. She gets her sleeves up. She I have props for her, but she gets like a big coffee mug and like she holds it up.
She's like this.
Yeah, she does like that, and she gets her like knees up here, like in these positions. I couldn't
do
that
too.
Yeah, but like she puts her head down, like on her knees, and like she gets in same position. But she's like, it's like she's hosting a slumber party, you know. And she's just like, if Aaron Rodgers would text you, would you text him back? You know, like, and like everyone just melts in front of her. It's hilarious, but like. There she goes. Right. Yeah.
It's her eyes. You know, it's the eyes. It's her eyes.
Like batting eyes. And she's always like Gronk, tell me about golf, Gronk, you know, and she'll have like a sweater wrapped up around her sleeves and like it's just her head popping out. And Well, you put me on a spot with the K. I don't want to.
Sorry.
And I have a whole. I need to get into. But like, yeah, it's more of a it's kind of a slumber party vibe. And what was the other thing? She's kind of, you know what she is? She's your work wife, because all the NFL players melt her on, and she's the work wife because like, oh, flirting, and like because you could tell the players' real wives and girlfriends are gotta be furious watching these interviews, you know.
Well, what about when she was she's interviewing Jerry Judy?
Jerry Judy, yes.
Who she wants, and she's like, it's hard, and I was like,
she had her pigtails in today. It's so hard, isn't it? And like, and she was like,
I'm like,
and Judy's got like the cartoon tongue coming out, like it was like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
God bless her. Well, we all love Kay, but yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Okay, let's talk some NBA. I don't normally do that, but we can do that.
NBA to Kay.
Kay Adams saying it's hard or whatever on their love Kay Adams. NBA underdog, higher lowers for tonight.
All right.
Who's like who do you like betting on in the NBA? I guess I don't know your NBA guys. Who are your NBA guys?
Who are my guys?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have a guy. I like to play guys who like with the NBA. It's so tough to figure out because the consistency is hard to figure out. So I like to get guys that are hot, guys that like taking like roles, like when LeBron's out with the Lakers here. I'm in LA. I like to play Austin Reeves sometimes, but
okay, me too.
I like Austin Reeves in general, first of all.
Same.
But you have to catch him when Luka's not feeling it. And Luka just had a game. He just had his Devin Booker game. So now I think he's going to be, if he even plays tonight, and LeBron's coming back.
Okay.
Austin Reeves kind of knows this is his last time to cash in. And this is when he usually goes off. So
look for some Reeves. What's he? Let's see. You know,
what's his par at? I think it's like around 36.
Let's see. Can I search? I can search on here. I can just type it right in, then I don't have to scroll like an idiot. His points is at 23.5.
Okay, I'm looking at his whole points, assists, rebounds par.
35.5.
Oh yes, we're going higher than that.
Higher than that.
Lock that in.
Like that. We like that. Who else do you like? Are you like I feel like I can't not. We have to do Daddy Durant. It's just my thing. One of my things with
Can you explain your daddy? Can you explain your Daddy Durant to me, please? Because I know you posted about it, and I like him too. And I've become to love him even more with the burner accounts and the way he goes back at people on Twitter and like you're terrible.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's great. He's amazing.
He's like, shut the fuck up, I'm richer than you. Like,
it's
so funny. Like, he's just so blatantly obvious. Like,
and people are like, you should, and like, he does the burner accounts. People are like, you should be above that. Like, why? I wouldn't be above any of it. I'd get more into it. Like, I think it's great. They're talking about you. Why wouldn't you talk shit about especially a troll? Because they're worse than you. This is a good time to flex. Yeah.
And he got called out for the burner thing. Then he's just like, that's fine. Fuck you. I'm just going to do it on my account. We'll just do it on my account. Well, Kevin Durant, I was always a Kevin Durant fan. I'm a Nets fan. Unfortunately, we all know that. So I was very excited when it came to the Nets. I was at the foot over the line game. I also am a big Kyrie Harden girl. I was going to say guy. I am not a guy. Girl.
You're a gal.
I'm a gal. One thing about Kevin Durant is I like to bet him specifically when he's kind of quiet, like when he's not going over a lot. Yeah. His points and assists is at 30.5. He really hasn't been going over this, but like this is when I kind of like to jump back on him.
I wouldn't mind that because they got embarrassed versus the Lakers.
Yes.
Yesterday, and I was in on him, and it was just funny because they fooled us again, like for the 19th time this year.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe they're trying a little bit. They're trying, but they're like, no, we don't really do that trying thing. We just kind of try to back our way into things. So they got embarrassed yesterday. So I can definitely see him bouncing back. And who am I to stop Steph Smalls from a Daddy Durant?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Is there who else? Who's another one of your like guys that you like? We'll throw another one in here.
Pop this one in. This is a locker room locker. Jaden McDaniels, 5 of his last 6 games. He's been on fire. Minnesota's been on fire in general. And he's been playing great. They're playing the Pacers tonight, so he won't be shut down. As long as he plays the full game, his points, assists, and rebounds, he's had 5 of the last 6, over 23.5.
Love it. And you got 22.5 here. So what are we?
2,200 dogs giving us giving us a discount. Love it.
Love it. My last one here that I kind of like. Right now we're at win 3 times here. Kate Cunningham. Maybe this is because I'm in Michigan. I'm kind of becoming I call him the boy CC because there's Caitlin Clark and then we got Kate Cunningham. I like to, this is the boy CC.
I like boy CC.
Yes, I like boy CC. His points is what are we at? 27.5. He only had 11 last game. But he's gone over this 3 out of the last 5. Do we roll with the lower or the higher on him?
I mean, they're playing the Pelicans, right? Higher.
All right, there it is.
What are you going to root for, a lower?
No, not me. This is what you can do the 10 times or 6 times, 3 correct. You get the 1.5 times. You can use code SMALLS with 2 L's. I like that. Austin Reeves, higher points, rebounds, assists. Kevin Durant, higher 31.5. Daddy Durant. McDaniels, points, rebounds, assists, higher 22.5. And then the boy CC, 27.5, higher. I like it.
Yes.
We love it here. Okay. Do you have any NCAA bets you want to give out for the first round before I jump into some golf here?
NCAA bets. I did like how Sean tossed one out, then brought it right back. I was listening in for Lipscomb. Never mind that. I like New Mexico. I think there you go.
Yes.
I think they lost last year. They're kind of going to. I like those teams that want to rectify messing up from like last year. You know what I mean? Like teams that got bounced, so they learned their lesson. They've been thinking about that whole time. Mexico's a solid team. They're getting 4.5, I believe, or 4, something like that. I actually think they're going to go do a couple of rounds, but we'll see that. I don't know. I have a couple futures that we'll see. They didn't get the best layout.
Okay.
I like Utah State and New Mexico are my 2 dogs I like.
Okay, you heard it here first.
How about you? Who do you like in that thing?
I like, you know what? I think I'm trying to go along. I'm going to fade UConn. They have been too consistent there against the spread. I like MSU, but the problem is I'm in Michigan and everyone's so fucking annoying. Like, they just it's so going to a bar in Michigan during like a Michigan or a MSU game. It's like these people are just holy shit.
I know. And that is a big part of bracket selecting, I believe, is what's going to be the most enjoyable experience for you. Is it is it hating a Danny Hurley?
I like
hating Michigan fans. Absolutely. I'm a hate watcher. It's a good song. I'm a hate watcher, but like, especially going out in bars. And if you know you're going to be around Michigan fans who are absolutely annoying, then I
like to go there and then be super obnoxious and hate watch.
So get your. So then there you go. Perfect dog. UC San Diego. They're playing Michigan, right?
Yeah. I wish Yale wasn't turning into a little bit of a popular pick because I have had fun watching them. So, but don't like it too popular now. Everyone's getting real cute with them.
I know, but that's the same thing too. Like it's a bracket. Every pick's going to be popular, so I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's fair.
And I also hate the potential. Like, everyone's on next. Then I hate the contrarian people too.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's too much. I broke Duke. I bet Duke. one time.
Yeah.
And Cooper Flag got hurt. I did that. That was my fault. I'm fully responsible for that. I know.
I mean, when you drank vodka at the gym, I told you have this power. When you have these visions,
putting high noons into my water bottle.
You need to embrace this power you have. You have this witchcraft that could just
bad.
Use it for good. And by good, I mean give us winners. Yeah.
So bad.
So you broke Cooper. Nice.
Yes, that was me. Sorry, guys. Players, did you watch any of the players? I didn't know you were really a golf guy. Now you're kind of a golf guy.
Scumbagger Vance is my golf name, Steph.
Okay.
And I got up this morning at California time. I was up at 6 o'clock watching that.
To watch the Leprechaun on St. Patty's Day win.
I know. Well, I had a Rory ticket actually.
Did you? I can't stand the guy.
I know he is annoying. How about him getting mad at the heckler too? Like, what Irishman gets
so
mad? He's so not. Yeah, he's the most non-Irish. We don't claim him, but
he's like his arrogance is so palpable. It's like painful a little bit sometimes.
I know. I only took it because it was 15. Well, actually, I've been playing him the matchup for him versus your daddy Scheffler only because he's like plus 180 every week on it, and Scheffler's still great.
Yeah, he's not playing great.
But he's not back to, Daddy Scotty form.
No. And he looks frustrated. Like I don't know if he's not getting laid or if it's like something's off there. He looks so pissy on the course this last week.
Do you think there's trouble back there?
I don't know. I don't think there's trouble in paradise, but maybe I don't know.
Little couch sleeping?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Valspar coming up here.
Yeah.
The weather looks like ass. I don't really recommend placing too many bets before we know what the times are and what that situation is. It's an unusually strong field as well.
Down Copperhead, right?
Yeah, usually a shittier field here. We're getting a little bit of a nicer field. I've placed one outright so far, and it's Glover. He's 50-1. Was one of the best in driving accuracy and strokes gained around the green this past week. He rates out great for me again. I didn't say it on the show, but he was like third in my model, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking give out Lucas Glover at the Players. That's insane. And then he went out and he finished T2. I cashed the top 20. He was 211.
He missed that birdie on 17 by like an inch, like it veered off to the right. He was up on the edge there. I'm like, oh man, he would have been right there. He would have been up this morning. I would have been watching.
So I'm a fan. So I that was the first click there. I don't know what else I will add as far as like an outright goes. Have you made any bets yet?
I have one outright for you.
Okay.
And now this, like you said, this is an unusually strong field, which I don't like.
Okay.
Because there's usually a lot of upsets here, a lot of underdogs, not upsets. Everything's an upset.
Which we love.
You know what I mean? It's got a strong field. Last year, Peter Minaldi won. He's 350-1.
Yeah, he did.
Which you can get him at 1,000 to 1.
Well, guess who fucking lost to him is that bum Cam Young that everyone's obsessed with.
That's right.
Is that who you bet?
No, I didn't bet that.
Okay, I was like, shit, I probably should shut up.
And even if I did, I certainly would lie about it. But no, Minaldi's 1,000 to 1. Not too many often you get the reigning champion 1,000 to 1, but that's fun. That's not who I bet. No, I bet tied for 14th last week. He's tied for 18th or better. 5 out of 7 matches this year. Alex Smalley.
Okay.
I mean, 45-1, which isn't too bad. I like him. I like his game. I just the way he's playing the game. In the competition, obviously, a lot less than the TBC. Yeah, he's just been playing solid golf, and he lines up pretty well for this course. So 45-1.
I love him first round leader always. He's always he creeps himself up there always. He's playing very good golf. Someone tied with him, T14, who I couldn't be less of a Fleetwood girly, but this is a Fleetwood course.
It is a Fleetwood course.
Potential for shit weather.
Right.
I'm not betting him outright because 14-1 is fucking crazy.
That's a bit nuts.
But I'm going to get there with placement. So whether it's the -140 top 30 or +160 top 10, I think it is attractive. He might be on the first round leader. Won't put my first round leaders in until a little bit later, but I definitely like him. And you know who I really like? And I'm getting to the point where I feel like if he's in the field, I'm betting him. Luke Clanton. Luke Clanton played 4 times on tour. He just got his card at the Cognizant. 2 top 20s, T15, T18. His top 20 number is +230. Top 30 is +140. He's number 1 in the field in strokes gained off the tee over the last 24 rounds. He can strike the ball. Love that here, obviously. One last week at the collegiate level, I'd be making up where he won. But I like his approach. His approach numbers too. Approach to green numbers are kind of nice. So I think Luke Clanton is worth the look there at +230 for a top 20.
Of course. Now, as far as a way to play Fleetwood, I was thinking, I've been also doing besides Rory versus Scheffler, I've been fading Xander for his couple. I mean, he's coming back from a rib injury, which isn't good, and he's going right into the fire with these tough courses, and he's just been bombing out. And like last week, I had JT against him. I know, they're the top 3 favorite. Fleetwood, Xander, and JT are all 14-1. So if I can get any matchups against Xander until he proves he's back, I mean, I've just been hammering that. Yeah,
I 100%. I don't know why I have an obsession with this guy, and he really I don't know that he is his driving accuracy really couldn't be worse right now, but he was T3 last year here. Everyone's gonna laugh for the people that used to watch the old golf show. T13 in the past. I think he's only played it 4 times. 150-1 got cut last week. Mac Daddy Hughes.
Mac Daddy Hughes.
I
know damn well why you're obsessed with him, for sure.
Yes.
I apologize for that.
Yeah, I think, him and that Lee Hodges, there's something about those two. They won me a lot of money last year. Mac not playing the best golf right now.
Not in the best form right now.
That's okay.
That's okay. He's got it in there and he's still coming around. I did not check the weather. What did you hear about what's happening there in Palm Harbor, Florida?
I just see everyone being as dramatic as possible. Win this, whatever that. So
it's so weird because they're just so used to like deathly hurricane weathers there. It's insane. Like every time I'm down in Florida, we had a bar and like, okay, they start batting down the hatches. Like, what's going on? Oh, a nor'easter's coming here for 15 minutes. And I'm like, are we gonna die? Like, no, just continue with their run trip.
Yeah. And then if anything happens, get under the table.
Yeah, it's part of their everyday. So I'm never worried. I'm never worried about bad weather in Florida.
Also, I just like don't. Okay. I'm gonna sound like a liar here for a second. That's fine. Hands up. I know it. So now you can't call me out in the like. I care about weather, but like I'm kind of a fraud because I don't. Like I feel like I don't look at it as much as I'm saying.
Right. It's like saying, I don't look at the umpires in baseball. All the little things I say, I don't. I tell the dentist I floss every day. So things I know I should be doing it, but come on.
Yeah, I tell the doctor I only have like 2 drinks a week.
Yes,
exactly. You can't always be. It's called a white lie. You gotta. Yes. It's a little white lie there.
I never knew what to do with the question, the drinking question. Really, like, well, what should I say, Doc? Help me out. Let's get to a number that we're both happy with here.
Yeah, you know what I say? I'm like, I drink socially. I don't know. That's like the only thing that comes up.
Yeah.
I'm not like pounding like vodka and ice on like a freaking Tuesday, but like socially, we're drinking a little bit here. I'm definitely over the limit that you would probably want to hear for an 108-pound woman, but
Also, I'm a social butterfly. I consider any situation social. I think this is a social visit right now. Me and you in the doctor's office.
Yeah, literally.
Sure, you're at work, but I'm socially visiting a doctor right now.
Well, I love to also, but I make up for it because I'm like, nope, I don't smoke pot. It's like I drink, but I don't smoke pot. So you can't get me there. It's like everyone needs a vice, Doc.
Yeah, exactly. And you need something to look down upon. Like, I never touch the stuff as you're drinking.
God, weed. Oh my God. Although every once in a while, you never know. Last one here, Jordan Spieth. I'm going to keep doing it. Top 30 plus 115. He's playing good golf, but he's collapsing. Mm-hmm. He's there.
It is what Jordan does.
He sucked ass last year. He had the wrist whatever. Mm-hmm. He was third here 2 years ago. I like what he's doing. He's still one of the better guys in the field. We're going to have some money on him. So the plus 115, I had him out right. That didn't go great. But I kind of count his last year as like a wash.
Yes.
But
100%. Yeah, no, he's just coming back. I mean, not quite a wash, but no, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know. I know you like Spieth a lot more than I do, but the thing is with Spieth, this is the thing. We want him to be back. We just want Spieth to be good.
We need him.
I think, we need to. So we're betting on ourselves, basically. We're betting on ourselves, and we're gonna get our lives together.
I want Jordan Spieth to be good again. Oh, geez, sue me. My bad, guys.
Right.
If you hate golf, just say it. If you hate golf, just say it. Any last bets for this tournament? The Valspar
for this tournament. No, just a small. It's like you said, it's a little bit early there. I'm not going to lie.
Early.
Something there. Just a smallie. I like him. 45-1, Palm Harbor, and I'm just going to fade Xander. That's basically it.
Yeah, I think we got to. I think it's
especially at 14-1. Like they're still pricing him. And I get it. He's Xander. You have to price him somewhat. But like he's the reason why. Like I didn't take him out right last week, but like I certainly wasn't going to bet someone like Ludwig Aberg over him, even though they had the same numbers. Like he was, those guys are getting crazily priced, like for the value wise. So I don't know. I'm also not playing JT, although I'd have a soft spot for JT as well.
Why? God,
I know. Because he's because he was great older. He used to have every shot in the bag. He was kind of like Kobe. We used to say, like,
and then he stopped eating gluten and got married, and now he's a weirdo.
I know he's a weirdo, but he's coming back. And I fell for a good quote too when he says he feels great. Of course, I fell for the same thing with Victor Hovland last week. Victor Hovland said he sounded amazing. Then he put up like an 85 or something.
Yeah.
But no, because his irons are just so good, and like he literally can do every single shot in the bag. Like it's like so he does shots that they count for the same amount of strokes, but you watch like, oh my god, like no one could bend like a 220, like 6-iron low underneath the wind, like cut it. I'm like, why aren't they replaying that shot 20 times? That was amazing.
I know.
That's why he's
I'm
fun
excited for Akshay to get over the hump, because once he gets there, we're gonna see a string of wins. I know he's not in this field, but that's coming, and when it happens, he's gonna win a couple in a row there. But holy shit, the amount of putts that he left, like to 6 feet, I'm like, oh my God. And then like he was kind of driving me insane.
Yes. The lefty doesn't help. I know it doesn't change anything because he knows left-handed, but when you watch a left-handed putter, like it's like a left-footed kicker. Like I just don't. There's something about it. Like it doesn't make.
He's so skinny. He's like the size of his putter. It's so weird. It's off-putting.
He's got a he gives a little Mike McDaniels to me, which I don't want. I don't want that in my golf.
That's funny. That is interesting. Jeez.
So I don't know if he's wearing the skinny jean clam digger pants the way McDaniels did, but like I just don't.
I
don't know. Some of that is just untrustworthy. But you're right.
He's greasy, like a little greasy too. Like
he's definitely a little greasy here.
Yeah. Sure. Questionable how many times, like washing hair a week kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right, let people know what you're working on, what's coming up, and then I'll let you get out of here.
Yeah. Well, my show's The Bottom Line Bombs, which, by the way, is now right before the Steph Smalls Show. I just put right before you. We're the new block at the SGPN. Congratulations, by the way, for coming over to the SGPN.
I'm home.
You are home. And now we're the new block. I was trying to think of a name for our because it used to be me and Colby. I called it the C block,
Oh.
And I was thinking maybe Big and Smalls, but even no one does Biggie. But Big. I know, and since Smalls is, I know that's an homage to Biggie Smalls.
Yes, of course.
I'll think of a better name. I don't know, but. Bottom Line Bombs on SGPN, 1:00 on Mondays and Wednesdays live, but
right before me.
Yes, right before you. Then the perfect lead in. I mean, it really does work out well. Other than that, just follow me on the socials. I tour as a stand-up, different cities. Just came back from beautiful Pittsburgh, where it was freezing and awful, but it was. I know. It's funny. It's fun to go to these towns though, and I love going to these towns. And I know this isn't fun for you as a Giant fan, but you scare them with Aaron Rodgers news, and they freak out. The Steeler fans, they're obviously very dedicated. Like, I heard Rodgers is coming. Don't you even fucking say that. Don't you even joke. They're put up billboards. He's bringing this country together of trying to keep him out.
Yeah, and it's weird because all my Steelers friends here, they really want him. They think he's going to save them. They'll put fries in his ayahuasca in Pittsburgh. I just can't see Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh in general. Oh, it sounds, I don't know.
It'd be
walking around mushrooms up his butt or whatever he does. I don't know.
Exactly. In a steel mill that's smoking.
Very weird. Kind of doesn't go. Even like the jersey on him seems a little bit off. But we'll get out of here. Subscribe, do all the things. I think we have 49, I don't know, whatever the number it was that I said in the beginning, 49 subscribers left to get to the 2K mark.
Yes.
Giveaways at the 2.5K mark. I'll be back Wednesday. What are we doing Wednesday? More golf, college basketball, all the things, NBA, I don't know, NFL. We'll see. 2 really good guests lined up. Go check out CJ on the X, the stripper Twitter X, whatever.
Stripper Twitter X, CJ Sullivan _.
Yeah, go watch the show, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Watch him make it, break it, break it, break it.